I am the one that the Lord has shown mercy. On Thursday, I was on my way to church. I boarded the bus vehicle. As I was coming, I heard one chant, but I felt nothing is going to happen. So the man dropped me quite all right. Then I entered the second one at Nsppd Plaza. So as I was coming, I felt this coldness. I'm like, I don't understand what's happening to me inside this car, but I'm going to church. God sees that I'm going to church. So I got to Nikon Luxury, very close to church. I told the man, I want to calm down because I just feel like, he said, no worry, now see your M&M now. If you won't come down, we go open door for you. So before we could get to M&M, before I was trying to open the door, he bent my back. The people at the back bent my back, put me on the floor and said that somebody has sent them for me today. They are going to kill me. So at that time, I just had this peace of mind. I knew that nothing was going to happen to me. At that time, I was just saying, Eroy. The man was like, this Eroy where you they call. So now your elder brother been your younger brother. The name they confused me. So I just kept calling. He said, if you call him again. So I reduced my voice. I was saying Eroy. So you see they call him. He was hitting me. I was still calling the name Eroy. Before you knew it, I started saying the 2024 declaration without paper. From the beginning to the end, I said it. I kept saying it. I'm like, Eroy, you show up for me now. When are you going to show up for me? But there was this peace, there was this calm. I kept saying Eroy. So at the later on, the driver was like, I can see a man wearing whites. He's telling me to stop this vehicle. If not, we go get accidents. They now said, which nonsense accident? We know they see any man. He said, I mean, they drive. We need to stop. So they stopped. I was still saying, Eroy. I don't know where it was coming from. I was just saying, Eroy. So the lady was like, Mo will cut her body. Mo will go sell them so we go get more money. So the man now said, shut up. Now me, they drive. Mo will leave this girl. The man that was holding me was already falling asleep. He was getting tired. He was saying, you still they called that name. They confused me. I hate your spirit. Your head too bad. Your spirit too stubborn. Yeah, the driver now said, remember, we not go spill blood. So at the longer run, at about, I don't even know the time because I know I got home at about 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning. So they threw me out of the car. Then I saw another man. I didn't want to enter. I was like, enter, don't worry. I actually saw what was happening. I am not a bad man. I am a good man. So he dropped me a beggar so that I could get another cab home. He gave me money. I got home. The next day we went for x-ray, nothing. And when I got home, my sister was like, she came to church. She doesn't even know how she was looking, but she wanted to see Papa. But she was unable to see Papa. But a word came from Papa that said, nothing missing, nothing broken. So I went to the hospital the next day. We did x-ray, we did everything. Truly, look at me now. Nothing missing. I am here to say, God, I thank you. Because he has given me a chance to know that he truly loves me. And I want to say, Papa, the oil on your head will never run dry. Thank you for standing for us every morning, every night, every afternoon, every day. God will continue to bless you. I have finally seen the God that sees me. Hallelujah!
My name is Olayinka and I'm making this video from the United Kingdom. On the 4th of September, I was delivered of my baby girl. After the delivery, I had a constipation. This constipation started leading to complications that the doctors had to call the critical team, and they started running different tests because they don't really know what was going on. On the 5th of September, I joined the prayer altar, and the man of God, Pastor Jerry Eze, mentioned, what manner of constipation is this? What manner of constipation is this that is leading to different complications? That they have to manually remove substances from your body.
Oh, what manner of constipation is this? They have to manually remove waste product from your body. But the person I'm talking about for this constipation has led to other complications in your body. If you are the one putting it on the live stream, the devil is a liar. I announce, let it be reversed.
And I'm like, yes, I am the one. I wrote it on the platform. I am the one, because they had to put a pipe into my nose down to my throat to remove substances from my body. And I'm like, God, I thank you. Thank you for sending the man of God to see and to mention my case. Then I told my mom, the pastor just mentioned my case. And she was like, really? I said, yes. Then we started praying about it, and the Lord delivered me. I was home safely with my baby. I'm just coming back to give God all the glory and to say thank you to Pastor Jerry for always seeing and always mentioning our cases on this altar of fire. May God bless you. May God bless Mommy Eno. May God bless Pastor Ogurum and Pastor Oke.
What God cannot do does not exist. What Jehovah cannot do does not exist. My name is Nsppd. Just want to glorify God for how He saw me through. I'm doing a little tough time of my life. It just started when I got married. After marriage, the next thing I expecting the fruit of the womb, but it was not forthcoming. After about 8 months, we went to the hospital, waited like a year and was it 3 months, and then we took to do so many tests, both the painful one and others. But after doing the test, it came out that I had 2 uterus. Like I had 2 wombs. I will not be able to conceive on my own except I go through surrogacy, or I go to a bigger hospital where I'll have to do a kind of surgery to join the 2 wombs into one before I'll be able to conceive on my own. So it was really a tough time for me. Imagine when you're told that you won't be able to conceive on your own. So it was really a tough one for me, but to God be the glory, and I want to thank God for the wonderful husband He blessed me with. At that point, He just took the report, He threw it away, we started praying. As we were praying, we were led to a particular matron. She was the one that introduced me to the altar. We glued to the altar, we started praying. After much word from our Papa, women receive their babies.
Look at babies everywhere. Look at babies everywhere. Look at babies. Women desirous for the fruit of the womb. Get on your knees. If you're a woman desirous for the fruit of the womb, get on your knees. Ashabara. The sound of your amen. The last menses you saw, the last menstruation you saw, the sound of your amen is the last you will ever see. Carry your babies.
And God came through for me actually. To the glory of God, I conceived. And funny enough, it was during the time of the 14 days prayer and fasting last year. 14 days in the midst of the fasting. While the fasting was going on, that was when I became pregnant, but I never knew. In fact, when I got the news, I couldn't shout. I didn't even know how to shout because, the first time you were told that you're pregnant, I couldn't shout. I was very, very happy. That joy when anytime you go for tests, it's always negative, and you had that forced positive. It was really a big one for me, and I want to thank God all through the pregnancy. It was really a smooth one. I never had one day, I was never sick for once. I never threw up. God saw me through everything. In fact, it was the best of the best. So I want to glorify God for the precious gift He gave to me, baby girl. I want to bless the name of the Lord for this precious gift and coming through for me on this prayer altar. And I'm trusting Him that He's going to do more and more, and I'm still going to come back to give more and more and more testimony to the glory of God. What God cannot do does not exist. What Jehovah cannot do does not exist.
What God cannot do does not exist. What Elroy cannot do does not exist. My name is Mrs. Emenike. I'm here to testify to the Lord, to thank the Lord for what He did for me and my family. How he delivered my daughter from sickness that started last 2 years. It all started in 2022, December. She came back from school because she was a boarder. She came back from school looking so pale. And I noticed a boil on her hand. We started visiting hospitals. By this time, the boil in her hand had escalated. The boil started coming out from her body, all over her body, her back, everywhere. So we started with a private hospital. Went to about 3 private hospitals. They couldn't diagnose what was wrong with her, and the thing was just getting worse. She was getting pain day by day, losing strength, losing blood. So from that December till January 2023. So the private hospital that we were at, where we were at First Act, somebody came, my sister-in-law came there to see us. She now suggested that we should transfer her to Lute, since they don't even know the name of the sickness or what they are treating. So we discussed with the doctor. That was how she was transferred to Lute General Hospital, to Lute. So the journey started 15th of December again at Lute. We are at Lute from January till February without knowing the particular thing we are treating. The doctors were confused. They don't even know. At first, they thought it was a skin disease because all over her body, sore everywhere, no space in her body. All over her body, sore everywhere. You can't even hold her, you can't touch her. Once you hold her, her skin will peel off. We don't know what we are. They couldn't diagnose anything. And at this time, she can't breathe on her own. She was on oxygen. In fact, her health was deteriorating every day till February. So we did tests, both here in Nigeria. They would take a sample to India, to South Africa. After everything, they diagnosed lupus. They say it's lupus. Me, I've not heard of lupus before. I don't know what lupus, I don't know what it is. But even when they told me that it's lupus, I was happy. I said at least the sickness has a name. And since the sickness have a name now, that it will go. I don't know what is lupus. I've not heard anything about it. I heard that it's a terminal disease that doesn't go. That was how we stayed in Lutz for 4 months. From that January till April, she was discharged. When she was discharged, she doesn't walk, she doesn't eat on her own, she can't walk on her own. So by then, people were just telling me that this sickness is not what hospital can do. That is what we can use we can use native, we can treat her in native way. That should take this girl to the village. Even when we are in the hospital, even nurses, some doctors were just advising me, take her to village, let them use abo on her, because all her body, you can know that is I don't know how to say it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. A girl of 16 years. Oh, then she was 14. I was just telling God, I don't want to lose my daughter. She started losing blood again. I have to take her to hospital at East. It was the doctor, after the transfusion, the doctor advised me to bring her back to Lutz. Because by this time, at this time, she was just complaining of her chest. Mommy, my chest is big. She cannot lie down, she cannot sleep, she cannot sit down, she cannot do anything. She was just getting swollen on daily basis. So, that hospital that went at East, the doctor did x-ray on her chest because she was just complaining of her chest. She cannot breathe well. The doctor advised me to take her back to Lutz. So when I sent the x-ray, I called one of the doctors in Lutz and sent the x-ray result to her. The doctor said I should bring her back to Lutz under emergency. So we entered night Sienna. We had chartered Sienna nights from East to Lagos to Lutz. That was on 27th, last year, 27th December. So when we came to Lutz, they did their own test again, another x-ray, scan, everything. They now said she have fluid in her chest. They called it pericardial effusion. Yes, that she have fluid on her chest. That she have to undergo surgery. By this time, her kidney, everything, I don't even know. They were just asking me, where did we take her to since? Why didn't you bring her since? Why did they allow her? I couldn't even open my mouth and tell her that I started using her go on her. As a mother, I was very, very confused. I don't know what to do. I was confused. So what I did was to go back to Nsppd, because I used to hear testimonies. At that time, I asked myself, since God can do all these things that I'm hearing when they are testifying, my own or my daughter's own is nothing to him, that he will do it. That was when I went back. I started playing NS. I joined Nsppd. I was just begging God to have mercy on me, to have mercy on my daughter, that I don't want to lose my daughter. God, let Daddy mention my daughter's case. God, please let Daddy mention my daughter's case. That I believe that once he mentioned her case, that everything will be over. Because I used to see the other people's, and I have that faith that once he mentioned that case, that everything will be over. For 1 year, we have been walking up and down, spending money unnecessarily. Every morning, we will join the fire altar. Every morning we will join the fire altar. Anytime he mentioned anything about autoimmune disease, I will claim it. Every time he mentioned, till May 4th, on the 4th of May, he mentioned about lupus.
The Lord is taking away lupus. Let lupus disappear. Let lupus disappear. Let lupus disappear right now.
He claimed it. Then on the 8th again, 8th of January, I think, 8th of January, he mentioned it.
Lupus, lupus, lupus. If you are the one, put it on the live stream. Lupus, Akada. We announce, let it be reversed by fire.
That one, when he said, I was just shouting, yes, this is our case, this is my case, this is my daughter's case. He said we should write it down. I wrote it down. Yes, God. In fact, throughout that day, we were very happy. I started calling my friends, say, God, my daughter is free. My daughter is free from anything. And true, from that day, my daughter started getting herself. Every 6 months, we do one test to check everything about the lupus or what. I don't even know what to call it. But they call it ESR, calcium, all those tests. Since that 2022, we have been doing this test. Every time we do the test will come out positive. They will tell us that the thing is still there. Let her continue with our medications. The last test that we did, they came to the house to collect the sample. Before that day, I was just praying, telling God that if they will do this test again, that they will never see anything. That they will never, what they saw before, they will never see it again. On that day, they collected the sample. I put the anointing, the communion on her body. I gave her the communion. Before then, anytime she wants to bathe, we add communion to her bathing water and give her communion on a daily basis every day. So that day that they want to collect the sample, I gave her communion. I rubbed the communion where they collected the sample. So we were praying. On every Wednesday, I will bring out the paper. I'll place it beside the device, as Daddy used to say. I'll be telling God they will do this test, they will never see anything again. To the glory of God, they did the test. And when the test came out, results concluded negative. Because others that we have been doing, they used to write positive, but this last one was negative. So when I went to hospital with the results, I showed the doctor. I was so happy. I was dancing, praising God, praising God. As Daddy would say, how will you shout? We are not shouting that day. Until we went to hospital, I showed the doctor. He looked at it, he said, yes, that everything is okay, that the result is negative. On the 30th of June, her period came out. Till today, she's seeing her period normal. Her body, everything just came out, everything. She's very fine, she's very okay now. Since September till now, we have not visited hospital. See by evidence, before she cannot stand, she cannot do anything on her own, but now she's healthy and hearty. What God cannot do, that she does not exist.
He does not exist. Celebrate Royo. Celebrate Royo. Celebrate Royo. Somebody give the Lord a love shout. He's a miracle working God. He's a miracle working God. He's the and Omega. He's a miracle working God. This my God way. God way. God way. Oh, this my God way. You are too more. Hey, Shakaba. This Nsppd God way. God way. God way. Hey. This our God, you are too more. We the pray, we the pray. Somebody show fire.